It seems like cryptocurrencies are going back up a little bit, are recovering from what I suspect to be the bottom here. But more importantly, when you look at some news I'm going to share with you in this video, it seems like it may be time to start loading back up into the crypto miners, talking about Marathon, RIOT, and potentially Argo blockchain and some others you might have as favorite crypto miners. So getting to this video first, this is the news I want to share with you guys. This just came earlier today, where Fidelity has been approved to become Canada's first institutional Bitcoin custodian. As a matter of fact, the Canadian regulator approved Fidelity to launch a new Bitcoin trading and custody platform that caters to institutions such as pension funds, portfolio managers, mutual funds, and ETFs seeking direct exposure to Bitcoin. This comes after the demand for investing in digital assets is growing considerably, and institutional investors have been looking for a regulated dealer platform to access this asset class. So this is actually the beginning of what I expect to be the ETF Bitcoin. There is already what we call trust. There was a GBTC, OBTC. Those are trust. They are not directly the exact same thing as what we know as a real true ETF, trading directly Bitcoins. But there are some thoughts, for GBTC or OBTC to be transformed or transitioning into an ETF, which will actually bring so much more volume into the crypto play, especially with their Bitcoin here. Now, this is one of the catalysts that I see in the near future to fuel some of the fears, right? I mean, not the fears, but actually some of the buying pressure to come back into cryptocurrency, because when you actually look at where we are standing now, it seems like Bitcoin, even after China doubled down, kind of banning again and discouraging companies into crypto mining, well, this is kind of old news, but it kind of helped and fuel the whole profit taking, I will say. Yeah, I would just use it as a profit taking, see it as a profit taking. But so far, I mean, even though Bitcoin dipped below the 59, the 59,500, so far it is still holding pretty good around the 60K level. So you can see that everything is kind of starting to go back on the green again, especially Ethereum, almost up 1% at the time of this video. So, I said at the beginning of the video that this is maybe time to load up on your miners, because as we've seen with Marathon, as we've seen with RIOT, these two specifically have been beaten down for the last days. At the top, Marathon was already trusting the $47-48 a share, and so far it lost 23%. It's not surprising for a crypto miner stock, which are very, very highly volatile. But here is not only we have, the sympathy around crypto dropping, but we also have the earnings. But earnings, I believe, are a little bit overextended here when it comes to the reaction the market had, because when you look at earnings, we are still talking about a 2,500 increase year over year on revenue. But the main issue here, and this is kind of the same thing here with Marathon Digital, people and the market especially is also looking at the compensation. So even though the revenue jumped, the revenue and the income, the net income, it is still dropping. And this is because of the operating income. So even though you are making a ton of money holding Bitcoin, which is the case for Marathon Digital, it is still not as profitable as the market wanted it to be, because lots of compensation, lots of the money on the revenue is going to the compensation. Now, that being said, the fact that they raised money is pretty much, the way to go so far for such crypto miners. RIOT did this, Argo blockchain, the UK blockchain miner did this also a couple of weeks ago. And the last one in date was SOS Limited. But because it's a Chinese company, it get even more beaten down just because of the China label. But overall, as Bitcoin and crypto as a whole is going back up, I will expect the miners to follow suit. You can already see that for the RIOT and the Mara blockchain, after hours is already green a little bit. So let's see if it holds pre-markets and if the crypto it's already bottom up a little bit. So to kind of get that confirmation on the reversal starting here with cryptocurrency. But I feel like this approval of Fidelity starting somehow to prep the terrain for an institutional access to cryptocurrency and digital assets for institutions is going to fuel a huge buying pressure into the space, hence pushing the prices of this stock higher. Because I mean, they wouldn't raise that much money, all across the board if they didn't believe there was so much more upside to the business. So we just have to wait and see. But